welcome two people who care less than you think. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Hello and welcome to Xplay.
On today's show, a wonderful, trippy game from a legendary game designer.
That's right, we've got a review of Psychonauts. And why should you care?
For starters, it might just join the ranks of Resident Evil 4 and God of War as one of the best games of the year.
Oh, but that's not enough for some of you. Some of you want more. Fine, how about Metal Slug 5?
How about not?
We also have Pac-Man for the Nintendo DS and the sequel to Dungeon Siege.
Now, for those of you who don't know, the original Dungeon Siege was a popular role-playing game similar to Diablo. Now, the sequel is here and the fanboys are jiggling their 20-sided dice in anticipation.
Please never use the words fanboys and jiggling in the same sentence ever again.
Fine. Also, much later in the show, controversial crack-smoking game Narc has finally popped up on CNN's radar, which means the mainstream press is all over it.
And Morgan and I are going to weigh in on the resulting uproar. But first, a review of a platformer from celebrated game designer Tim Schafer.
He's sort of the Tim Burton of the video game industry, so we've been dying to get our hands on his latest project.
Now it's here, and we're thrilled to bring you our review of Psychonauts. This game is hilarious. It's probably one of the best written games we've ever played.
It's consistently funny, unlike the show.
Seriously, the writing, the acting, and the dialogue in Psychonauts is great. It really is.
It's like the polar opposite of one of our other favorite games this year, Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 had amazing gameplay, but the cutscenes were beautiful but cheesy.
Yeah.
On the other hand, during Psychonauts, I would be playing a level and I couldn't wait to get to the next cutscene.
Really did love this game, so who gets the credit for it?
Well, a lot of it has to go to designer Tim Schafer, who's created some of the most memorable game worlds of the last decade.
Here's a look at some of his best work. Do Demons Cry?
They get dropped by Microsoft, which is what happened to Tim Schafer and Psychonauts before the game was released.
See, whimsical games don't fare well on the Xbox.
Xbox owners tend to gravitate to mature games like Doom 3 and Halo 2.
So Microsoft kicked T-rated Psychonauts loose, which is fine with us because it means the game will be coming out on the platformer-friendly PS2 as well as the Xbox.
And you should go out and buy it, but you should do it after this show is over because we have Dungeon Siege 2 later in the show.
Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to Xplay.
In this era of fully 3D game environments, do you ever long for a good old-fashioned 2D shooter?
No, never.
Well, the makers of Metal Slug don't listen to you, because this is a preview of Metal Slug 5.
5? Are you kidding?
No,